Finally, we came to the last step in editing, proofreading editing. This editing is retouching the whole writing piece language and the structure. You will need to make sure there is no grammar mistakes and if sentences are well written. Also, you will need to organize the overlook of the article, check the font style, size, line spacing, indent, borders, headers, and the page numbers, the overall appearance of the article. What else you need to check? Before you finish your article, you need to check again the grammar and the punctuation. You can use a grammar checker and there are few online punctuation checker as well. Don't apply changes the grammar checker suggests immediately. Think well, because automated checkers may correct sentences linguistically, but the meaning will be completely wrong. For example, the grammar software will suggest you change Virusol, which is a company name, to the word version, which is completely wrong. On the other hand, grammar software is a useful tool to detect the extra spaces and also to detect the uncapitalized first letter. Now you need to create catchy headlines and subheadlines that drive the reader to read your work. Also, in scientific writing, it is better to use short, clear sentences. So try to split any long sentence into multiple sentences, but remember, each sentence should have a complete sentence structure, a subject, a verb, and an object. Now you need to check the consistency of the whole work, such as are all the words that need to be italic or bold, are italicized or bolded. Now you also need to check if you are using the same units, meaning if you are using days or number of hours, grams or kilograms. Also, you need to check if you wrote in words the unit when first mentioned. For example, use grams when you first introduce grams, then use the letter G to indicate the unit grams. Remember, you also need to use either American or British spelling throughout the work. You need to be consistent. The last step in proofreading, try to read out loud or use text-to-speech software to recognize if there are any interruptions in the flow of the sentences. Here is a link to one of the online software that can convert text to speech. Now you finished your editing journey and you can send it to a friend to give you feedback. Get a fresh eye to read your work. Remember, you need to be responsive for any further edit. Don't be upset to receive more editing advices. Even you will feel you need to edit a word or a sentence somewhere in your article when you read it again after a few days. You need to remember, editing is more of an art than a science. Your edit may be different from others, but all are correct. Now let's edit the exercise we edited before. This is a part of the article we have been editing. This time we will proofread and substantive edit it. The reason I merged both steps is that both steps are English editing and the proofreading usually considered to be part of substantive editing. So, in substantive editing, I am doing both. Accordingly, if I'm rewriting the sentence, I am substantive edited. And if I'm removing spaces, changing formatting, this means I'm proofreading this part. Actually, the only difference is that substantive editing is extra work comparing to proofreading. So, if you are sending your work for someone to edit it for you, he will charge you more for substantive editing your work. It is always good to advise one of the grammar software during those steps. Now for the first sentence, we said that we need to add extra words to this sentence. So we can just type here a comma, then we can write the self, assemble fibrils, provide a biomechanical scaffold that maintains the shape and form of tissues. Moving to the second sentence, here we can just write a dash between the two words because left-handed is one word. The word stranded here, you could see that we need to correct the spelling. Moving to this sentence, we need to capitalize secretary and remove the space here and replace the capital letter with a small letter in the. So now moving to this sentence, and our body consists of 3 common types of collagen. Right here S and the comma types, and it's like stating types 1 and 2 and 3 collagens. In here you could see the formatting of the 3 is different from 1 and 2. So let's use the Roman numerals, and I will remove the space here between 1 and 2. And in here I will write the main compound of the organic part of the bone as well. So I need here the bone. Tendon, ligaments, I need here a comma. Now moving to this sentence here, you can see here I have a capital letter, so I will remove it and use a small letter S. I will also remove the space here to put these 2 sentences in the same paragraph. And in here, to split this sentence, I need here to add comma, and I will replace that with which, because in here it says behind N and C terminal fragments which accelerate the breaking down of collagen. So this sentence is short. We need another sentence before it, because it's like introduction to this paragraph, the benefit of digesting collagen. So in here I can start by a sentence. Let's say the integrity of collagen is susceptible to change due to aging and genetic disorders. Oral consumption offers an approach for collagen. Let's change this dot into semicolon and write oral consumption offers an approach for collagen replenishment. Then exploring the extent of collagen consumption essential to comprehend the possibilities of collagen to reach extracellular space. Now here reduction, the spelling, we need to correct this spelling. So I need to move the oral intake of collagen. Hydrolysate enhances the skin elasticity and acts as a skin moisturizing in elderly women, because in here we are talking about the benefit of ingestion of collagen. So we can write the benefit of ingestion collagen peptide remains obscure. Instead of the clinical community agreed, I will move the oral intake here. The oral intake of the collagen hydrolysate enhances the skin elasticity and acts as skin moisturizing in the elderly women. And here I will use a semi-comma and I will remove the clinical community agreed. And I will write, instead of that, I will write so the ingestion of collagen in its hydrolyzed form. So this is the reason why reducing the wrinkles happen in elderly women. So we can leave this out. Still extensive studies needed to establish concrete results. I can just leave it here. Indicate that there is a missing gap in research for this one. Now moving, I have here 2 spaces. I need to remove this space. And in here, anti here is missing I, so anti-oxidative effect. Where collagen hydrolysate process, so in here I will write where digested collagen hydrolysate process the intestinal barriers, reaching blood circulation, becomes available for metabolic process. So metabolic process and stored in the skin. Now we need also to look at references, and we need to correct them if there is any wrong formatting. So you could see here I have capitalized letters for the names. I need to look at the title of the article. Sometimes the title of the article, all letters are capitalized, so I need to reformat this into just first capital letter. And in here you could see I have a link, so we need to correct that. So we need to go to Ladish and remove the link from the book. So to be able to edit it, I will go to Ladish in the context of my article. edit source, and when I edit the source, I can remove the link of the URL, and I will save. Now I will go in reference section and I will update citation. Now you need also to look if I have extra spaces, anything in the formatting of the references, you have to correct it as well. I think by now we finished this part, and by that we finished substantive and proofreading editing. We can come later and find that we need to remove sentence, add sentence, or separate sentences, or merge sentences, or rewrite a sentence. Your work is always editable. Even you can come later and feel like I need to remove this or write this. Like I said before, editing is type of an art more than a science. So your editing may be different from my editing, but both of us are correct.